Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. My name is Pebble, and as you can see, I am in the middle of a game that will change the world. Okay, maybe it won't change the world, maybe it will. Maybe this game that I'm playing right now could have like a world leader. You know, we gotta juice it up. We gotta juice up the stakes. But as it is, what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is we're playing HD poker. It's called HD poker, and it is poker. It's Texas Hold'em. My name is Pebble. We have another table here locked in. We're trying to do both tables. We do both. How we do both? There we go. And we're waiting on one table to fill up. So that's why I was keeping us kind of, for now, keep it like this. And then we'll get into it. It looks like it's about to pick up that second table. And when it does, we'll be there to pick up the action. This is Pebble, Seattle, Washington. Twitch news. Just kidding. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm surprised there isn't a Twitch news guy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's set it up a little bit further now that we are pretty much fully set up here. We're playing HD poker. This is Texas Hold'em. My name is Pebble, of course, and I'm your host. I'm also the guy playing the game. Please don't think that I'm just watching these games. That could be a confusion. People are like, okay, he's the host. Honestly, that would confuse me if I was watching this for the first time and the guy goes, hi, I'm your host. We're playing poker today, but like if you didn't explain to me that you're playing, honest to God, I give it to you people who claim that, because that is a possibility. If I was just coming in and I was just watching and somebody said, and I had never watched Twitch before and I don't know much about Twitch, you have to assume that too. Not everybody knows everything. Some people are coming in for the first time. Some people just bought a computer. I swear to God, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be like a smartass. So then, you know, somebody could be like, I'm going to fold this, by the way, even though I do like this hand. But it's just not enough. And there's not enough for me to stay in it. So yeah, so let's explain it then. I'm a guy that's playing the game. So I'm playing both games. And I love this site. You know, it's called HD Poker. It's a free site. That's why I keep saying HD Poker, HD Poker, HD Poker, HD Poker, because I think it deserves props. It's not sponsored. I'm not sponsoring the game. I'm not sponsoring anything. But if I could, I would sponsor HD Poker in a heartbeat. It's a great game, and it's free. That's the thing I always tell people, like, this game's free. Technically, you could buy chips and stuff, but you don't have to. And you could just sit and play games all day. Now, sometimes the lobby does get a little empty, which it kind of is now, to be honest with you. But we were able to get into 2 games, so I was like, oh, cool, this will be great. It's better with 2, I feel like. Eventually, we'll try to play like 3 or 4 games at a time, which is exciting and fun, but it's a lot. It took me a while to get to this point where I feel confident where I can play 2 games at once and still talk and be a person. I would not recommend this to newer streamers to try to play both games at once, because there's something that could break your brain. You know, you could possibly say something you don't want to say. Or you start talking, you forget that you're playing. A lot of people do that. It makes for not a good stream. You want to be good at what you're doing. That's why I like when I... All right, that opens the conversation. We've discussed, we did a good job there explaining who we are and what we're doing. We can talk freely now about things. Oh, at A7, I will fold that. Yeah, the game is a fantastic game. I do recommend it to everyone. Yes, streamers. Yeah, streamers could definitely break their brain if you're doing this for the first time. Be very careful. 2 tables, it's a lot. It's a lot. 7-3, we folded. These guys are going hard and heavy. Queen King wins the pot. That was a nice little pot there. People are actually playing pretty smartly. On the left table. I don't know about the right table. It looks like the right table, people are getting a little antsy-dancy. I am an experienced poker player, so I try not to throw my chips around, as we say in the amateur poker biz. Not an amateur. I would say if I was really to say like what I felt about my status in poker with my experience, I'm definitely an amateur, but we played a lot. It's one of those things that I like about poker is that it really is about how many times you play the game. It's the experience, the table after table after table, hand after hand. The experience makes you better. So playing two tables is like, to me it's like advanced learning. This is a tough one on the left because I don't know that somebody has jacks. I for sure don't have hearts now on the left-hand table, and he's asking me to bet 187K. On the right-hand side, we have jacks. We have to check that. I'm going to fold my left table. I just don't think that was for us, and it wasn't for us. We might have had like the high ace, but I doubt it at this point. Those guys have bigger hands. On the right-hand table, he won with 3 jacks, so he had it the whole time pretty much. On the right table, we've got 2 jacks. There's a queen on the board. There's an ace on the board. It's messy. I'm not going to bet anything. I'm just going to see if I have the best hand, which I did, and I will play the 10-8 on the left table. So we got a big, nice, let's say we got a win. Let's call it a win. We started with 800K. We have 813K on the right-hand side. The left-hand side up to 621, or should I say down to. So we got to watch ourselves on the left-hand table. This is a nice hand for us. I'm gonna go big on this one here. I think this is our shot on the left table to make something happen. We could bet big, get people out that have like the ace king or the whatever. Like that's not going to maybe chase somebody away. But if you have ace king here, you don't have the hand. I do. I'm going all in on that table. He goes all in as well. I have 10s. He has 10s as well. I have a higher kicker, but he has 10-5. But so I technically I won the side pot, but lost the big pot because he had 10-5. He had 2 pair. We're still in it though. So we're down to 400K on the left-hand table. On the right-hand table, we missed a jack. We folded. It's okay. Total pro here. Not worried about it. Like these both tables, very nice, very cool tables. I don't think I've ever been to the right table before. It's a really nice table, actually. It really is. Alright, we're folding. Yes, if you're not familiar with Pebble, we're a little bit weird when we stream sometimes. I find that it feels good to do that. I don't do it so that you think I'm weird or so that I freak you out. I'm not trying to creep you out, freak you out, do anything that will out you. I'm not here to shout about, turn around and shout it all out. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to make sauerkraut. Never been what I've been about. I like beer, but sometimes it's a stout. It's not always what you want. It's what you put in your mouth. So stuff like that, we'll just do stupid shit, and then we'll just come back to the game. Just gotta get out of your system, you know? We have a pair of 6s here. This guy's betting 20K. You might say to yourself, 20K? What the fuck? Well, it was a light bet for me, so I still am able to be in this game. This guy probably doesn't have what I have. He might have a flush. He doesn't have a flush. I'm going all in on the right table. On the left table, I'm folding. I go all in with 6s. He has 6s as well. And lucky for me, there's no kicker here because the other cards are Queen Jack. It's a community. At that point, it's a community win if we both have sixes, and we both split that pot. That was beautiful. Well done. Well done. We're playing like we're in a little bit of a zone on the right table. Left table, we're kind of just going with the flow right now, trying not to lose out. This is an interesting table because we folded on the right. Left table's interesting because you got 1, 2, like big ballers that have all the table's money, and then the other 3 players are just trying to stay alive. And that's kind of fun. See, this guy's trying to take all the money on the left here. On the right, we have 2 3s, and people are betting low, so I'm going to stay in it. If people are going to bet low, I'll stay in. Another 30K bet. I will fold this time, because I can tell that they have something, and there's nothing on that board. I mean, I'm below everything on that board. I have 2 3s. On the left table, it's getting... We can still fold, though. It's great to be here. It's been a great summer. It's just been a really nice summer for me. I got sick last week, actually, but it was what I needed to do, is get sick. I was having trouble, like, I was trying to, like, call my company that I work for so I could take a break, and I can, like, but you got to do that weeks ahead. You got to tell them, like, weeks ahead. So I'm like, well, I can't tell you if you guys don't call me. It's like, I don't understand. And they really just weren't calling me. And I know they don't like, I know that they like me. I'm an employee that they respect. I know it's not like we want this guy to quit, you know? Because I've had jobs like that. The last security job I had, I felt like they definitely wanted me to quit. They didn't realize what they hired. They didn't realize the last company that I had. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going all in because I don't have very much money on the left. I've got 7-7. Technically, he's beating me with 9-6. But there's my 7, and I will win this hand. Most likely. Most likely. And we're up to 537K, which is an unexpected thing. We can fight our way back here, but we're going to need the right cards to do so. 6-5 of hearts could be that. It could be that. We're going to try to get in here and limp in. There's the 6. I'm going all in on this one, I think. I might go all in, unless somebody else... I'm going all in, because he's forcing me to go all in. And that might be the end of us over here on the left-hand table, which most likely will be, unless a 5 or a 6 come up. So that's it for us over there. We were really fighting for our lives over there. It was a tremendous try, but we just weren't ever in that game. We were just never in that game, which is fine. Which is, yeah, it is what it is. Here we go. We're going to get ourselves into another table, but the right table continues. The right table marches on. He's the great Van Pebble. He plays the game of poker. He's winning and losing, but he never stops playing the game. Yes! That's a good one. That's really good, Van Pebble. You're amazing. You're a good singer. You know what, Van Pebble? This is what all the smart asses are saying at home. All the smart asses. I'm going to fold that. Trying to stay alive on the right-hand table here. Always back to action, no matter what's going on. Trying to be funny, trying to be cute, you're trying to riff, you're trying to tell stories. You can do that. But you always got to be able to come back to the game, because the action is the most important thing. The video game is a big character in this streaming arc that we have here. You know, there's always an arc in a stream. What did he do this time? Is he talking to his friends? Is Cinnabon coming over? Is all these weird names that these streamers have? Maybe he'll get a call from Aiden Kloss. Aiden Sloss. Yeah. Ace King 999. We had to play that just to see what the hell. We could be high card here on the left table. New table just began, by the way, and we're checking it and see if we can win. Maybe we could take this first hand here. We did not, though. Somebody had a full house, and it was actually really cool that he didn't like bet huger than that. Cool or like weird, or he was probably trying to trap people. I'm gonna fold that. So now on the right table, down to 387K, and there's one guy who's pretty much running the room, and we're gonna try to take this thing over here on the right hand side if we can. King 7, I like it. I'm just gonna go all in with King 7 because I just don't have a lot of money there, and I figure let's make a move here. Let's make a move here. And there's King 7 against 8-7. He's got the hearts. No hearts on the table, ladies and gentlemen. We're in command over there. And we're left table. Right table gets a big win. And now we're up to $854,000 at the table. We have King 3, but we don't have to play it, and I'm going to fold that hand. I wanted to play that hand because it was King 3 suited. King 3 suited with clubs, but we folded it instead, and on the left, we fold as well. So there's a little pause in the action for Van Pebble. And things have been fantastic, guys. I mean, I'm here to tell you, guys and girls, you know, it's just been great. I feel wonderful. That's it. I feel really good. I took a nice couple days off last week because I was actually sick. That was the story I was telling. Sorry for not getting back to it. And basically, yeah, just wasn't feeling good. Bad stomach ache. Couldn't stop going to the old toilet Reno, right? Should I be gross like all the, like, Casey Tron and all these female, like, I was vomiting and taking, there was chunks of shit in my toilet. Like, why do girl streamers have to talk like that? I saw some streamers, like, there's a lot of streamers that do that, and it's always a girl that's kind of cute, but kind of like, she's right on the edge, and she knows it. She knows she's not, like, that hot, so she's like, well, I'm kind of cute, I'll just be gross. That'll be cool, that's a cool thing to do. It's like the Roseanne Barr thing, you know? Van Pebble playing the 100K and losing to a pair of nines. That was a tough move for me. I was thinking about it as I was telling my story. I was paying attention. I was, ladies and gentlemen. Ace Jack. We're gonna play Ace Jack. We're gonna play 8-9 as well. The Ace Jack now hits aces, and now I'm gonna be the guy betting the 120K. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And on the left-hand side, a lot of feelings of unchecked aggression on the right table. And we will King K9. I love it because K9 is a dog, as we all know. But no, I do like that, like, symbol of that, like K9. Oh, K9, the dog. We're gonna go ahead and fold this one, unless people are just gonna check it around. I'm just gonna fold this. I'm folding that. Really good week. I worked one day last week. And it was really great to just work one day. Like, I actually probably shouldn't have worked that day either, because I was pretty sick. But, oh, here we go. Right-hand table, 2 queens versus ace-4. Obviously, I'd rather be the guy with the queens. And on the left table, another big bet. This could be that's it for that. Oh, it was still in, though, thank God. And Van Pebble now being forced all in with nothing, basically. And this could be the end of his tournament on the left-hand side. But it isn't. It is. So that's it for Van Pebble on the left side. Coming in 6th which is not what we wanted over there at all. But that table was a tough table. This is table here. We've been playing this. We've been playing this table. Been here for a while. So this is one that we're trying to like figure out. It looks like we're gonna place in this one, but you never know, man. The way we're playing though is commendable. I commend myself. I said that about someone. I was working with someone who just did a really great job. I had one day of work this week, and I ran into a few incidents, you know? And we won't get into it, but one of the incidents was like a guy who, we've been trying to get rid of this guy forever, but he doesn't listen to security. Isn't that crazy? There's people that don't listen to us. They're like, no, I'm not listening to you. But when the manager of the restaurant told them to like leave and not come back, he was like, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. You know what I mean? It's like, it's weird to me that people, I personally, like, I don't take it personal, but it's weird that like you would be less afraid of a manager than a cop. I'm not a cop, but like, and I'm playing it and we did not hit it. I thought we would hit the flush. I played it. We didn't hit it. No. All we have is high card. We're down to 249K. We fucked ourselves. We fucked ourselves there. And this idiot Brian, you fucking moron, you were chasing the fucking flush. Oh, he did get the flush. Sorry. I think he would have beat me too, even if I got my flush. So it works out. This is our Hail Mary play here. It's a good hand to throw all in. King Jack against Ace 8. There's the queen. There's nothing for us here. This is it for us, I believe, and that is going to do it for Van Pebble on all tables. Van Pebble ousted of all tournaments, and now he's got to sit and wait for a table. The ultimate disrespect. The ultimate... Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us today. We will sit and we will wait. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun while we sit and wait. Let's just relax. Let's have some fun. We're gonna have some fun today. Just gonna play some fun cards. It's gonna be fun. Fun. Did you have fun today watching your streamers? Yeah, Mom, I did. See, that's what I want. Actually, I don't know why I do that. Like, yeah, Mom, because like, I don't want kids watching my stream, so I don't. I've said this many times. I'm not a kid myself, and even when I was a kid, I never really identified with other kids. You know? I was like, when am I going to finally be treated like an adult? That was always my thing. When am I going to be an adult so that I can say things and be treated like I'm an adult? I remember people called me dude for a really long time. Hey, dude, what's up, dude? And I was just like, that's a very kid thing. It's a very, like, childish thing. It's a very young thing. It's like... Sorry we took the music down because we're playing poker. I don't like to play the music while we play. Although I had one really good clip that I did. I did a cool clip like 3 weeks ago or something. I was making fun of a big streamer. And I was only kidding. But I realized, like, fuck, I actually am, like, wait, is this person a Twitch streamer? And then I got, like, on the phone and I talked to AI. Talked to AI called Copilot, this app. And I basically asked him, like, is Aiden... Oh, I gave it away. It was Aiden Ross. I was like, is Aiden Ross still on Twitch? Because you can't make fun of... If you're on Twitch, you know, don't talk about Fight Club, you know? And then I realized... I actually got a little nerve. You could see it. I got scared. So I was like, holy shit. And then I said, make an apology. And it was a really cool clip. And then the co-pilot said, like, I would like to sincerely apologize. And it was, like, really funny. I thought it was a really great clip and really fun. And we put it up. And it was a great clip. But the point that I'm making, because I I'm following through with what I was initially thinking, which is that music in the background. I could hear music in the background. It was a great clip, but I could, and it still is it's still up there. I think I might have put it on YouTube as well, because I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny. And even if he saw it himself, the big streamer himself, he would laugh, because I'm a nothing streamer to that guy. Like, I am so nothing to that guy. He's like, you have to understand. And I know it, but that doesn't mean I'm nothing. But I am nothing to him. But the thing that did kind of bum me out a little bit was the music was playing in the background. Even though, I'll tell you what really kind of pisses me off the most about that. By the way, I love this table. Look at this table. The thing that pisses me off most about that moment, about music being played in the background, was it made the clip better, I felt like. Like, I don't know, there's something about, like, that moment where I was like, holy shit, like, I'm watching the clip and I'm kind of doing this, and then, like, I'm like, fuck, wait, why is it, like, music playing? So it actually kind of worked out for me, because I guess people, when they do, I guess if you're doing a YouTube, by the way, we're chasing a flush at the table. Commentary for the game is always more important than any other commentary, and we have eights at the table. We have something here. It's a very small pot, but there we go. We'll take it. 12. Oh, we didn't even win the full pot. Jeez. And he goes all in with 12K. I will play against him. Yes, because basically now this is the hand's wide open. If this guy's discount that guy, forget that guy even exists right now. We're playing a whole nother hand here. Everybody that's in this right now is trying to win whatever we're betting right now. And I'm in it because I've got 8, 9, 10, jack. We either need a 7 or a queen. Either need a 7 or a queen. For the straight. And that's all we can really do is get that straight at this point. And there's a pair of 9s and a pair of jacks, and that's it. We don't have anything here. We have the same 2 pair that everybody else has. I'm actually going to fold. I actually want to fold that. They checked it for me, but I wanted to fold. I don't need to play this. There we go. 6s. Oh, there's the full house. There you go. And we lose somebody. Yeah, if you're doing a YouTube clip of something, I could see throwing music in it, and I've seen that a lot of people do that. And like, especially when somebody's like, "I'm hungry for some cookies." Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You know, the music in the background. Or I always like the cat videos where it's like clearly like Asian video, and it's just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then the cat's like, and the music's like, like, it's like just dumb. Yeah. So I tried to not have sounds in the back of anything I'm doing, but the last thing I'll say about that clip, which I really liked with the Aiden Ross clip that we did, was it was natural. The music, I happened to be taking a break at that time. That's why I was doing all that commentary. I was sort of like, we need to wait until we get to another table. And so we came up with that little Aiden Ross bit, and the fact that the music was playing was what was happening at that time. So it felt like a legit moment for the music to be playing, which is kind of cool, because somebody else could be like, not that anybody cares, but like somebody could watch that and go, "Oh, come on, man." You know how people just want to hate stuff? "Oh, come on, man. He's got to play music in the background." It's like, it was just there, you know. There are some, like, happy accidents that happen. I mean, a lot of times, if you're streaming and you're just a person that's very spontaneous anyway, I'm a spontaneous guy. That's why I like streaming, because I like the idea of just going, let's fucking turn the camera on, talk, and play some games, and like let's have some fun with it. And that can result in just lots of fun, you know, and hijinks. It could be really, really fun. It can be fun every time. That's why I do it by myself. Because I feel like if I did it with other people, somebody's vibe could offset it or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, my thing is like, I do plan on eventually getting together with a person here and there and doing a stream. And I think we're getting closer and closer to it the more people I talk to and meet and stuff. But like, I'm not expecting it to be my thing is just like, this is what I like to do, like what we're doing now. And then let's get really good at this. And then if we can learn how to do it with other people. Because I do think that would be a different thing. And there's part of me that doesn't want to ever like lose what we have here, you know, which is the freedom. Like there's a freedom of like that goes away, you know, when you have more people involved. And I agree, it can be almost better sometimes to have more. Like, for example, we did a stream one time. It was a poker stream like this. That was a good breath. It felt good to breathe in right there. Ah, yeah, take that oxygen, will you? But, we were streaming, and a guy told me, like, stream that game right now. Stream HD Poker right now. On my Twitter, I got like a tweet from somebody. I'm like, what? And then it turned out that the guy who had a different name on Twitter was a guy that was one of the followers in my Twitch. And he had a different name in HD Poker as well. He was a guy that I had played HD Poker with, and then I guess I had told him that I had a Twitch account, and he like followed me. And then he was like, play it. And so I ended up hooking up with that guy, not on the, like, not audio, but like just in the game. We were like played against each other. He like did a cool thing. He did an all in, made me go all in, and I was like, fuck, man. And I realized like it was a genius thing. He's like, yeah, I did that for your stream. And it actually was a cool stream, the whole stream. Because then we ended up losing, and then we just went and watched him play, and it was like we commentated his match, and it was just really fun, really good stream. People liked it. The Twitch thing was like, for me personally, it was very successful. I think 50 people watched it, which is great. Like, that's really good for me, you know? So I was like, yeah, if we just keep putting out stuff like that, like we'll get people watching, even if it's low numbers. Like shit, I just want to put out good stuff. I don't really, you know. I think definitely the trick is to let go of your expectations of anyone watching, you know, for sure. But back to the table, this game is moving a little bit slower, but I like the pace. There's no rush here. That's for darn sure. Want to take it easy here. This one right here, the 3.4 billion, is tempting. It is tempting, but what we'll do is we'll key for this one. Let's get into another table as we play this game. See how quiet it is? So quiet. So we are keyed up for another table as we burp our way through this one. Let's drink some more, and I still have to eat like dull foods and drink a lot of ginger ale and stuff because my stomach is still a little bit. We got to be careful. Whatever happened, whatever we did, and I think honestly I did it to myself because I had a branding iron and I was putting it against my stomach. I'm just kidding. I was drinking alcohol last week. I drank beer, which I didn't drink a lot of it. I drank like 2 30-ounce or the 40-ounce, or no, it was a 24-ounce. It was something like that. It was a big one though. It's like a 24-ounce Corona, and Corona is like really easy beer on the stomach. It wasn't like anything crazy, but I think because we drank 2 of them one night and then we drank 2 of them the next night. Because I never drink beer, I think that like really fucked my shit up. Like I was just like, yeah, it was really weird. And I mean, I don't really drink, I'm just not a guy that drinks, or like, I don't do drugs. I don't do pot. I don't do anything. Like I just feel like that's the move for me. Everyone's different. I do use one thing, and that's Jesus Christ. So that's something. I'm just kidding. I should be careful because I don't want people to think I'm religious. I'm not religious. I'm just joking. I do love Jesus. Why not? Jesus was awesome. Apparently, it was a real guy, and if that guy was really like legit, like God's son sent from, I mean, whoa. I mean, how can you not love that? That's amazing. But yeah, we don't do drugs or anything, and that's why I said like I put the religious thing because I'm not really religious either. I didn't change because of religion. I changed because I have like family that has alcoholism and shit like that. So I kind of knew that I was in line, so to speak, because like see my hair here, look like the Danny DeVito haircut, you know. This is why I don't mind having hair like this, because Danny DeVito I always thought was cool. Isn't that weird? I actually always thought I'm not kidding. I always, even as a kid, I knew he was like a dwarf or whatever the guy. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like obviously I didn't want to be a dwarf. Pebble had wanted to be a dwarf. Isn't it funny that like there's probably little kids that see like a little person and they're like, I want to be a little person too, you know? And they're like, you might not really. I don't think you realize what you're asking for. But I'll tell you though, I had a friend that was short. On the right hand side, aces wins, 2 pair. Van Pebble sitting at 198 million. Yes, there's 2 tables in action at the same time, and the one on the right is a little bit more. Was one of those tables. Yes, we will play the ace 5. Oh, we have ace 5 at both tables. The table on the right, I was going to say, is a $200 million table, which is obviously not real money, but it's still higher value, and that does something to me. When you tell me it's 200, because that's going to get me more money back if I place or win. And on the left table is really not a high stakes table at all, but I care about it because I want to get some wins in today. We've lost is what we've done today. We've really lost a lot today. We've lost a lot of games. We've lost almost every game we played. We placed a few 6, I think. It's terrible. Placing 6 is terrible. So yes, we have a lot to try to win here, but I will fold here. I don't think I have it here. This guy's betting a little too much. Jack 5 on the left table. We're in the blind. We'll try to limp in if we can. Hopefully nobody bets over top of this one so that we can just see what the flop is. There we go. That's even better. Somebody gave it to us. Jack 8. I will play Jack 8. Jack 8 over there on that left table. On the right table, we've got King 8. We will limp in. Limping in. Basically, we figured out that we finally understand what limping in is. So now I use the term a lot now. And I think it's like, when is the proper time to use a word that you think is big and you just learned? And you don't want people to, obviously you don't want people to be like, not that I really care what people think, but you don't want someone to be like, okay, Mr. Big Word. It's like you're friends with Bill Maher, and he's like, okay, someone just learned a new word. And you're like, oh, fuck. It's like, and it happens all the time. Somebody did, I was working, we were just talking about this. I was working as security guard. We were talking about how the girl, so the manager yelled at this guy to get out of here, and he got out of there. And the guy didn't want to listen to me. That's what we were talking about. But she was commendable, and I used the word in my report. I did a report on it, because that's what you got to do. And I stood in front of the class, and I was like, today I was a security guard. Here's my report. there was people doing bad things. It's like, that's my report. That's a security guard report. He goes in front of other security guards and he fucking does his report like a little kid. But on my report, I said that she was commendable. And I had to think about that. Wait, is it commendable? Because I know it's a word that a military, it's a very like military kind of thing to say. Like you did a commendable job out there, It's a very cool way to say that you did a great job. Because it's not like emotional or weird or like, you're so hot out there. What if it was that? You did such a hot job. Like, what are you fucking doing? Did you just tell her she just did a hot job? You fucking scum asshole. You're at work, dude. You're fucking saying she did a hot job. I remember like there's one employee that works there that I just like knew to stay away from, because like there was one employee, and I can't talk much more about it, but they were just very like running around like blowing kisses to people and stuff, and I was like, oh Lord, like this person's a nightmare. Like I gotta stay away from this, like, because you what if you just like smile or laugh at that, then all of a sudden they're like, they stop their humor and joking to like start doing facial shit like that. And you're just like, no, I didn't think you were blowing a kiss at me. Wait, no. And then all of a sudden it's like, watch out for that guy's a creep. You know what I mean? When you're the one that's setting those traps. So yeah, I was just like, oh fuck yeah, watch out for stuff like that. It's a common thing. It's a common thing. There's 8-8 and 2-2. Big action on the right. Taking a deep breath. Of course they're going to go all in. They probably have it, whatever they're trying to do. It just sucks that we got such a big chunk of money thrown away there. But I did believe in my hand. I thought we had a great hand there. And that's what happens. It's unfortunate. So let's just try to roll with the punches, let it go, and let's get up. Keep playing the game. I've been keeping my composure lately. I've been playing a lot of games, because that's what we do. We play games, but we play a lot of different type of games. And it's just been, the games have been, like, there's this one game called Hades 2. It's so hard. And I've been getting actually pissed. Because I just can't, like, you're like, what? Like, why? Why would anybody play this game if it's that hard, But then you go, but I'm playing it. And then you realize, like, that's why we're playing it, because it's hard like that. I've started to realize that's a different level of gamesmanship, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, flush on the right-hand side. This is our chance to make the money. All in. And they're going to give it to us. We will show the goods. Nice little win there. 18 million, getting our pride back more than our chips. Because we definitely lost a little pride on that right table there. I was so upset about losing that little chunk of money to that fucking dummy. He lost a little chunk of money to a little... This song is dedicated to that guy that left a little chunk of money like a fucking stupid dummy. This is Casey. This is Van Kasem here. And I'm here doing... Look, okay, on the left-hand side, we have Queen 6. On the right side, 8-7. Lots of shit in play here. Going all in on the right-hand side. Have to. And we got a nice big win there, a 400k win. That'll keep us at the table, folks. Because we were getting low there. We had to make a move. On the right table, we make a $6 million just to get into the hand. 6, 7, 8, 10 is what we're looking at for us over here on the right-hand table. The $200 million table. On the left, straight chasing, mate facing, facing like a pay facing. All right, and we're going to fold that hand. The only time I'm playing a game is on a PlayStation. The only time I'm playing a game is on a PlayStation. That's my battle rap. I'm writing a verse right now. I'm doing my battle rap verse. Stay patient. Stay patient. Stay patient. The only way you beat me is on a PlayStation, and that's the vacation from the PlayStation. From the plantation. Tell me I'm from plantation. I don't take the vacation. I don't take the vacation from taxation. Trump's talking about taxation. I'm on the vexation with the sexlation on a sex nation. That's how. But I wonder if that's how battle rappers do it. They just kind of like do that. Then eventually, like things come to them, and they're like, "Oh, this will work with that." The PlayStation thing works good with the vacation. You got to move into the vexation, so onto the next station, with the next patient, and then like, I wonder if that's how Eminem does it too. He just kind of like hears his beats, and then starts going. Probably not though. Probably not, because those guys are actually talented at rapping. they actually know what they're doing. That would be a flaw in the system. Although, I remember rock and roll guys saying that's how they did it. Like they would just hear a song, and John Lennon used to say, "You just hum if you don't know it." It was in a movie. It was like there was like a documentary, Beatles documentary, and it was like them doing like their last album together. It's kind of depressing a little bit actually, but you got to see them like talking. And John, I remember in one of the several scenes he kind of says this, where it's like we can't find the lyrics to the song. Paul was like, we don't know what to do here. And John was like, all you gotta do is say moon, June, spoon, you get it? Like he was like, you just throw a word in, just throw a word in there. That's all you do. Bobbly blue. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 pair on the right hand table. I cannot sit and let people push me around. So we have 210 on the right table, which is really even with everybody for the most part. We're not killing it over there, but we're alive, and we're not going to let people push us around. At the right table. On the left table, we check it in. 9 5s. He wants me to go all in, and I won't. But we're not doing well at the left table. We have 220K. This is probably going to be our all-in right here. Of course it will. Ace, king. Nice way to go out. Nice way to go out. At the left-hand table, the right-hand table, we do have a flush, but it's not a strong flush, and it's not anything I would push. Yeah, that was a good win. You don't want it. You don't know, man. You don't know. All he had was a pair of 6s, and we're up to 214, but we're still really just, it's very, very even keel at the table here for the most part. 400K, no. So Van Pebble has 661K now. It looks like old Pebble did the right thing there. And let's take a look. Van Pebble will fold. There still is action going on. What's happening on the lower left-hand table is we are showing you what happened. This is the replay of that hand that we won. Oh, we can't show that because it's too late. Okay, got it. Back to the action then. 2 tables at once. That's how we do this. I just find this to be kind of fun to do it. For me, just as a player, playing 2 tables at once is a little bit more satisfying. I think it kind of shows off a little bit, like, it's a show-off thing to do, 2 things at once. So, but this is a show. I always tell people, this is a show. This is what in my brain, like, this is a show. We're putting on a show here. I don't know how other people see a stream. I watch streamers and I'm surprised how they don't realize there's an audience. And I guess some people like that, but if I wanted to hear 2 kids talk to each other, or to anybody talk to, like, I don't want, show me that that I'm here. Like, come on, man, give me something. That's, what I mean? That's what we're doing. We're giving it to you here. Van Pebble is all in, but he has no choice to be all in. It's the end of the line for Van Pebble, possibly. Possibly not. We still have a lot of outs here. Lots of outs. And it looks like that was feeling good because there's so many outs. There's so many outs. Very good. They're having trouble getting rid of me over here. I'm going to go all in. We go all in. We have 1.42, and we are still in that game, ladies and gentlemen. We have kings, and we go all in again. Somebody's going to go all in with me. They have ace king. I have king king. I have ace queen on the right table. My queens are loaded on the right table. I'm going all in on the right table. On the left table, I'm all in, and I win that hand. I'm now top dog at the left table. And at the right table, I'm also the top dog. Oh, no, I'm not the top dog. I'm in second at the table. But that was a big win for us, and we lost somebody there. And we're playing heads up on the left table. The left table is heads up. 500K. Queen Jack. I will fold that hand because he's got me there, I think. Ace Queen. Call 200 million. I will call it. Ace Queen calls Jack Jack. And this would take us down, if we lose this, which it looks likely, we're down to 200 million. So we're drawing dead, and we're down to 200 million, where we were once up 400. But easy come, easy go, guys. You got to make those moves. Those are tough moves to make. That's a tough move to make. And on the left-hand table, we are heads up. So we can play 9-5. 9-5 at a heads up is a valid hand to have. And there's the flush on the right table, and this is where we might get a chance to redeem ourselves. We have nines on the left table. We're going all in on the right table. We're going all in at the left table. This is it, folks, on the left table, I believe. And we lose. No, we win. No, we split that pot, actually. And it looks like we won on the right table. It was hard to pay attention to both tables at the same time there. And we will finally fold action on the right-hand side. Woo! That was hot and heavy there. We are hot and heavy now. Left-hand table, we will check it back and forth. Hopefully they'll bet something here, because otherwise... It would be so funny if they tried to call that one. Left-hand table playing against a woman. Looks like a woman cat is what it looks like there. A female cat is what it looks like. That's just what I think. Ace 7 is not a hand that I would want to play 84 or 60 more million dollars. I did have a nice hand there, but I wasn't going to play that. Jack 8 is a good hand for heads up. Let's take a look and see what happens here. Checks it on the right-hand side, fold that. Jack 8. Playing heads up here. Who has what? I felt like they were going to go all in there. I don't know what to do here. I'll call it. I just didn't feel like they had it. But they did. And that's going to do it for us on the left-hand side. We're just going to, of course, go... We can't... Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good game on that side. Let's give them a nice... Let's give them credit. They played a great game. Great game. Sandy McCune, the female cat. But for us, Van Pebble, we came in second place. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's actually what we were trying to do, is get better, build, and now we can say we finally took a second place. And that's really good. And now we're focusing on the main table. I think we'll probably stay here for a while. Action will stay here for a while. We have King 9. And the table has dwindled. We've lost 2 players here. We have 5 players left. and it's going to get nitpicky at this point. People are going to start going all in and all kinds of shit because they're getting down to it. They realize it's eventually you got to make your move. And oh my god, what a painful way to lose. Wizard Merlin with aces. Oh, it hurts. It looked like they were going to win that. It really looked like they were going to win that. Wow, what a win there. It looked like aces were gonna get beat. Oh yeah. He was showing he had aces. That was it. That's a good way to stream too. Just unintelligible nonsense. But the thing is, like, there's some people that actually have speech impediments and stuff, and like, that's. I'm surprised that they do it. Like, there's a guy that actually like why would you want to do it if you can really talk? But it's called overcoming, right? So I think I saw there was this one guy that had like literally like he was paralyzed or something, but he had like no arms or leg. Like, it was just one of those extreme things, you know. Certainly not making fun of it. Hopefully that's not the tone that that you're hearing. But I was just like, wow. Like, I don't think I would if I was that, like. But again, it's about overcoming. No arms, no legs, and you're just like. I think he was doing. I think he had like the thing where they can do it from your brain. There's a lot of tools now that, like, I know Elon Musk does a lot of that stuff. Where, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the game. Elon Musk, nothing here. This is about Van Pebble, and what is he going to do here? In a heads-up match with 8-2 of diamonds. And there's the 8, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going all in with a pair of 8s. What's going to happen here? I'm guessing a fold. I can't see them playing that. And that's actually not a big win, 269, but it needed to get done. Because we're under the blinds here. 10-7 against. I'm just going to give it up. I don't see a reason to play 10-7 against this wizard guy. And also I notice these guys are just throwing their chips all in at any moment. The big table, 200 million. My goal is always in these situations, get top 3 at least. You get your money back. I know it's not real money, but I look at it like if you can take back at least the money that you put in, then you can keep building your fake stack. You know, I've got a nice fake stack. Take a look at the upper right-hand corner, my friends. 13 billion. We didn't start with that. We started with like what they gave us, which is like, you know, it gives you chips all the time. I think it's like it has a thing of like every certain amount of time your account gets chips, you know, and then they'll give you a free thing. You could get a free million chip anytime. I mean, there's definitely. But when I first started playing, I couldn't play all the cool, like I couldn't play this tournament. 200 million. I was trying to build my stack. But I built my stack, and I've got a stack. And eventually, I joined a tournament, and it was like, oh yes, top three. Let's try to keep it going here. And there's the ace, and now we bet heavy and hard. Heavy and hard. Well, we got to bet basically just go all in. We really do want him to call this. And he did call it, and we have a lot of outs still. And that wasn't it. Ladies and gentlemen, we took third. let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. There's a couple things I want to do here. Well played, Gabe. Nice job, guys. Doesn't seem to be a lot of people here, so that looks like that was our last game. But let's have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about what just happened. We took the good part of it is we took second and we took third, and the one that we took third in was the big one, so we got our chips back basically, which is really all you really care about. And we're sitting at 13,597,632,328. It's a good effort today. Very good effort. Very fun stream. And you know what I'm learning is that if I'm going to put in a 2-hour or whatever stream, that's good. But it's also okay to do a little stream like we just did, an hour. But it was action-packed. And honestly, I'm not trying to do or not do a certain time. I just do it whatever I feel. Lately we've just been doing like hour and 20. A lot of times like a little bit over an hour seems to be the way to go. Like do that first hour and then you go, like if I could do a little more I will, or sometimes I don't. But this feels like a good time to just talk about it. And in final summation, I will say I like the way we played there. I don't have any real regrets. I thought we played very well. And I probably would keep playing if there were more people. But you can see that there just aren't a lot. I don't know why there aren't a lot of people. Is it because it's a Tuesday night? That could be. So let's do something here, finally. We'll wrap it up here. We'll go to the store. This shows you, like, this is the site, guys. HD Poker, and basically I have 240 of these gems, which I've gotten from, just from winning tournaments and shit like that. Here's, like I said, they give you 1,000,000 chips. You just got to collect it. There you go. That was for free. And then I could use my 240. I could buy a chest. You want to buy a chest? Let's buy a chest. We bought a chest, and then we go to our collection. And let's take a look at our chests, and let's open it. What's in it? We got $5 million. Another frog. We've already had that frog. Some cranberry sauce table gifts. And 5 tickets. And 5 tickets. Should we do 5 tickets? Let's spin the 5 tickets in the mega wheel. Let's see what else we can get out of this. Oh. Yep, that's how they get you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not real smutty. Relax. It's okay. There's my avatar that I picked for the summer. I don't usually go for the people. I'm usually a guy that, like, I'm a bee or an ant or something that's not human, just like sometimes I like to be the orange astronaut guy because he just looks like you're playing against somebody that's out of your world, But the rock guy is cool. I played him a while. There's another rock guy thing. There's elephant is always fun to play. The donkey is always invited to my wedding. The cowboy, Coach Dewey. See, I don't do the people thing. Alien is cool. I was this guy for a while. Stargirl, I was Stargirl. Anyway, it's a fun game, guys. It's a free game. It's HD Poker. My name is Van Pebble. And here's how we're going to do the ending here. We're going to keep the music going because everybody's up, out of their seats. They're clapping their hands.
Just such a cluster.
They're dancing around. Seats are clapping. It's a vibe thing. It's a vibe thing. If you do not like the vibe thing, well, you Van Pebble, and you go to he's not the devil. Van Pebble. Van Pebble. I feel like for that beat, you got to do the English accent. And it feels better to do the English accent when I realize that I used to be British. What are you talking about, Van Pebble? We all were. If you were born... It's not really true, though. Because when I really think about it, if you want to go, like, weird, my father is Italian. His father was from Italy, right? Before we do advertisements, I got to get this out. So my father was Italian. His father was from Italy. Physically from Italy. My father's mother was physically from Bootsy, Italy. My father was from Sicily. My grandfather was from Sicily. They lived there. So my father originally was really, I think he was born in America physically. But the fact that it's so like, right? It's like, okay, but his parents were from Italy. It's like, But the America thing is, that I'll sum it up with you for the English accent thing, is that I'm American, and in America, this was basically before 1776, July 4th, which is when this nation became its own thing. United States, 13 colonies, that whole thing. People were talking British. Right after they got their country and were like, USA. They weren't like, USA, man. Dude. They were like, USA, United States of America. What a lovely place to live. What a lovely, lovely place. So they talked. All right. We're way off topic. It's all good, man. That's what a stream is about. Have fun with it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Van Pebble, and I'm on Twitter. It sounds like I'm bragging, doesn't it? I'm on Twitter. Well, I am, and I am bragging. Ha, 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 ha. Let's face it, Coldplay is divorce music. I could never put my finger on their sound. That encapsulates it for me, thanks to those billionaire cheaters. That's a tweet from Van Pebble. It's hard-hitting. It's enjoyable. It's funny. It's cute. It's neat. Follow me on Twitter, Van Pebble. Van Pebble, you could donate money by donating money to Thomas Palvino. Now, that guy that I was telling you about, the guy that was my father, that was maybe born in America, maybe born in Italy, we're not sure. I think he was born in America, though. I think my grandparents met in America, I think. But they were both from Italy, so I'm not really sure. And since they were both idiot people to deal with, it's horrible. My grandma was pretty cool. My grandpa was a bore, just an asshole. So to try to talk to him and get stories from that stupid motherfucker, he was actually a smart guy, but he was such a fucking idiot. Like, this overflowing confidence. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. All right, I will tell him. He's dead now, but if I see him, if he tries to come down and is like, "Hey, I'm dead, but I'm here to haunt you," I'll be like, "Fuck you, Grandpa Palvino, bitch." I have a respect problem. I didn't get a lot of respect from anybody growing up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the topic here. My father. This is how we got into this. Yeah, my father is Thomas Palvino. So I don't really like being Thomas Palvino. My father's name was Thomas, and his last name is Palvino. So I'm basically walking around with this asshole's name. I'm sorry, he's a nice guy, I'm sure. My father was a good man. Talked about this yesterday. But I don't want to have his name. But since I do have his name, I'm stuck. So I use this name to get money. So if you want to send money to me, at PayPal, at Thomas Palvino, good way to close that out. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the music is enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed everything about today's stream. This is my YouTube page, Van Pebble on YouTube. And go ahead and check it out, guys. We played Wall World for the last time. We're not going to play Wall World we might play it again if we can. We've got to get the 5 keys. It's a whole conversation. It's too late. I don't want to do it now. But Wall World served me well. I think it's a great game. I think it's a great game. But there's something about it. it's just not advancing quickly enough for me, and it's really hard to stream that game. Like it's like you'd have to stream it for like 20 hours in one stream just to get anywhere with it. Like it just took so long to like get somewhere. It's a great game though. It's cute, it's good looking, and so am I. Whoa, good job, Van Pebble. Van Pebble's on YouTube. Go ahead, check me out. If you really like find yourself watching a lot of the stuff, which it doesn't look like you will because it's nobody watching, but in all seriousness, we take a swing at ourselves. But you know, that's when you want to subscribe. You like something, you watch it a bunch of times. And look, we put up 8 videos a week, and that's all I'm going to say about that. 8 days a week. I mean, 8 videos a week. And that's Van Pebble, ladies and gentlemen. Closing it off with a Beatles impression. We've talked about a lot of things today. Beatles were in there. Van Pebble on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We have one more stream to do today. And we're going to do it. By God. I'm not sure what we're going to do. But we're going to figure it out, and we're going to give it to you. Thanks for watching the stream. It's been a blast. Now get up off my ass. And in the famous words of Obama, it's been a blast. Now get the hell off my ass. That's Obama. It's not a bad impression. It's just basically a white guy, kind of. It's not a hard impression. Is it that hard? I don't think I did that great at it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. What else do you want? And this stream, by the way, as we finish the stream here, just let the music play out. Let the music play, man. Let the music play. This stream was not sponsored by Seagram's Ginger Ale. By the way, this stuff is really good. The only reason I'm drinking ginger ale is because I had stomach problems. Otherwise, I wouldn't be drinking it. So it did take me that to do this, but still, I never regret. There's 3 things I never regret when I'm sick, and here's what it is. When I'm like in that like hospital zone where I like have to treat myself like I'm in a hospital because I have to like nurse myself back. Like it was kind of fun. There's 3 things, and then I will go after I tell you the 3 things. You ready for it? There's 3 foods that I always, whenever I get sick, it's my go-to. It brings me back to health quicker, I feel. And it's like always, and here's what it is. I'll tell you what it is. It's actually more like 4. Here we go. Ginger ale. Hold on. Let's do 4 things, right? And here's one. Right? Ginger ale. Ginger ale, I love it. There's something about it. I'll tell you what it is. It's the carbonation. The carbonation is huge because you could take a swig and then go, oh, and get a nice, it gets something out for you. Great flavor. Look at the can is even nice. So that's one thing. The other thing is chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup is one of the most invigorating, delicious, I love it so much. The noodles, the chicken, the broth, the flavoring, it brings me back to life. The other thing is, believe it or not, it goes along with, and that is, of course, crackers. People are like, crack? Crack? No, that's the What's that guy, Hunter Biden? This is Hunter Biden. If Hunter Biden was watching this, he'd be like, I gotta go smoke a fucking crackers. There's something about the salty. I did the crack to be funny. Sorry. Here. Okay. There's something about, you know, a saltine cracker. It's so bland and plain, and it's something I would never do if I didn't have to just eat bland stuff. But the first thing I thought of when they said you have to eat bland, because I looked it on Google, they're like, you have to eat bland foods. And the first thing, I was excited. I'm like, ooh, because dude, you take these crackers by themselves and they're just not that's not bad, right? For a cracker? That's pretty good. There's a cracker. This is a saltine cracker. But if you take a saltine cracker, they're good. But if you throw a saltine cracker in a bowl of soup, ding, ding, ding. And the last thing here, and there might be more, but this one's key. And that, of course, is a bowl of Jell-O. Dude, I love Jell-O. I don't eat it. It's like I'll never really, but I always have a box. I have a box here. I always have it at the ready because it really is. This is the worst drawing we did, but it is so good. I love Jell-O. Here, let me do a picture of Bill Cosby. I'm kidding. And that's it. Those are the four. It's the GCCJ or GC squared J. GC squared J. And that is how you get better. That's how you get healthy. And those are the three things that I really enjoyed during my sickness. It's all I've been eating actually for the last couple of days. Like, that kind of stuff. I haven't been having Jell-O actually. I should get some. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Thanks for letting us talk a little at the end there. Feels good to talk. Feels good to get it out. And we will be back. One more stream today. What's it going to be? Not sure. Have a great day. Peace. Thanks.